Hello, Steve Daly here with you. Today I'll be addressing the spiritual experiences of our Latter-day Saint friends and family. Now, recently I was in Richmond, Virginia for the opening of the new LDS temple in that city, and I met two women who reminded me of the great impact that spiritual experiences have had on members of the LDS Church. If it hasn't happened to a member directly, they have at least heard these kinds of stories within their church circles. One sweet lady told me that when she was a young adult, she had to be hospitalized. And while in the hospital, the name, the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, came into her mind. She had never heard of it before. But her husband told her that she had better investigate what that name meant. And when she came home from the hospital, she contacted the LDS missionaries and ended up joining the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, believing that God had supernaturally led her to do so. Another lady poured her heart out to me on the sidewalk there in Richmond, telling me a lengthy story of how she had suffered terribly with chronic pain for many years. No doctor could help her. No medical procedure ever resolved her situation. But a high-level Latter-day Saint leader was visiting her area from Utah, and she forced herself to attend this special meeting, despite knowing how uncomfortable she would be sitting in the meeting. But it was at that meeting that she met this leader and was completely healed of all of her pain and has had a new lease on her life. She believes with enthusiasm that this LDS leader and the priesthood power that he wields was the instrument of God used to bring about a great miracle in her life. Now, back a number of years ago, I was in Fort Lauderdale, Florida at another Mormon temple opening, and a man came up to me with tears in his eyes as he told me about his daughter and how she had left their family church in order to join with the Latter-day Saints after witnessing a dramatic miracle. She was enrolled in a chiropractic school, and one of the LDS students there came and prayed for another student who was experiencing a terrible medical emergency while at school. Well, the Bible instructs us, though, to prove all things, hold fast that which is good. And that's the King James Version of 1 Thessalonians 5:21. Other translations read, test everything. Now in 1 John 4:1 we read, Beloved, believe not every spirit, but try the spirits, whether they are of God, because many false prophets are gone out into the world. Now that's the King James Version, and in modern versions it reads, test the spirits. There are supernatural things occurring in many, if not most, religions of the world. I could tell you stories of the miraculous in my own life. I could share with you the many times I was protected, healed, and guided by the Lord. Catholics are inspired by visions of Mary that cause them to see that Catholicism is the mother of truth, in the very same way that Mormons interpret their miracles as evidence for the church founded by Joseph Smith in 1830. So clearly Satan, the father of lies, has the skills to deceive the human race and to even convince people that they are doing God's work when they might actually be walking in darkness. The Apostle Paul was in this category as a devout Jew, going from house to house, laboring to round up the Christians and arrest them. Now in time he encountered Christ while on his way to Damascus, and Jesus cut through Paul's deception and set him free. We pray the same thing would happen to those who are trusting in their religion, trusting in supernatural occurrences, a spiritual experience, a voice from the spirit realm. Yes, many Latter-day Saints believe that they have heard the dead speak to them. Often this is tied to the rituals that are performed inside Mormon temples in behalf of the deceased. They may hear the dead family member thanking them for doing the temple work that supposedly enables them to have salvation and progression in the afterlife. The Bible calls these spiritual encounters familiar spirits because a person thinks that they are communicating with someone that they're familiar with, a deceased loved one perhaps. Regarding not them that have familiar spirits, Leviticus 19:31 says, neither seek after wizards to be defiled by them. I am the Lord your God. Another translation reads, do not defile yourselves by turning to mediums or to those who consult the spirits of the dead. I am the Lord your God. Please give a liking to today's video, subscribe to our channel, and let me know in the comment section below what you thought of today's video. Thanks for watching. God bless.